Hello, everyone. This is Carol Dimitrov with OPA Community Outreach, and today we're pleased to present Kathryn Andren. And Kathryn's topic is Conscious Communication, Astrology Affirmations for Clients. Explore empowering communication tools to enhance your client experience. Conscious word choices during consultations make all the difference in how our clients hear us and how often they return for readings. Kathryn offers astrology affirmations to clients based on their personal aspect patterns. She offers supportive strategies to navigate current transits, and during this talk, she'll explore planet patterns using astrology affirmations to further empower and educate clients. Recognize how your communication style creates trust in conversation. Help your clients deepen understanding of their chart by speaking in I am statements. Learn how to reframe challenging transits kindly, compassionately, as opportunities. And just a little bit about Kathryn. Kathryn is a consulting astrologer and professional massage therapist with over 20 years devoted to healing service. Her private healing practice includes dynamic sessions integrating astrology insights, tarot readings, and energy healing bodywork. Kathryn has formerly served as event coordinator for Astrology Hub. She has presented astrology and Kabbalah for OPA retreats and also webinars for Kepler College. Currently, you may find her sassy horoscopes online monthly in Brides Magazine. And she is also the founder of The Love Astrologer, offering individual astrology consultations and educational classes for empowerment, passion, and purpose. Explore cosmic connections through couples consulting and further understand family dynamics with parent and child chart readings. Kathryn currently resides in the Hudson Valley, New York area and works with clients across the United States. She holds a bachelor's in psychology and integrates over 2 decades of professional experience with intuitive wisdom. And you can see her website on there as kathrynandren.com. Also, you can see her on theloveastrologer.com. And also, her email is consultkathryn@gmail.com. So please be sure to reach out to Kathryn. And Kathryn, it's all yours. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Carol. Let's see. I think I first heard about OPA during the when Maurice was promoting the first River of Stars. So I was living in Hawaii at the time, and I'm glad to be here today to cover some of this material with you. How we got here, when I first moved to Hawaii in the year 2000, that was when my interest for astrology was really peaked. I had already been in the field of healing service as a massage therapist for several years already. And I noticed that, naturally when I'm in a massage and I'm in a healing session, there's only so much we can say when we're in a healing session. But I found that I would be receiving a lot of messages through my hands and messages for people, for my clients. And it wasn't the right context to share with them. And so with my study and practice of astrology, I got to really learn hands-on and support my clients in a much deeper way with astrology. As I learned astrology at first by working with a mentor. So it was really like one-on-one and very experiential for a long time until I had the opportunity to take some more in-depth courses down the road. But I found that as an astrology enthusiast, and when I first started learning astrology, that I received a couple of readings from different astrologers, and some of them were really great, and some of them were like seemingly overwhelming and confusing by the way that the astrologer would speak to me or about me. And so as we know, in our professional practice, our gift of communication, the way that we deliver our message, can really make all the difference. And I recently contributed a chapter to the next OPA book. The OPA is releasing a book coming this year where a variety of astrologers are putting in their information and insights. And my chapter is on the personal planets. And in the chapter, I describe the voice of Venus, the voice of Mars. So what my intention for today is that we're going to be moving my presentation along. My intention today is that I'll be able to illuminate some of how we can really embody astrology, right? So I came in this world this lifetime with Taurus moon, so there's my physical body work, hands-on, get me in the garden, and a lot of planets in with the Aquarian filter. So my bias and my preference is how can I make astrology really real for people, and how can I really get it in the body? So I'd like to look at the astrology or affirmations for the elements. And then I'm going to take us on a journey through the zodiac where we look at each of the zodiac signs and call forth affirmations for each of the zodiac signs. And my idea and intention around this is about when I'm looking at a chart, why do we as astrologers anyway do our work? It's because we want to support and empower people, right? I want to support you and empower you and make this real for you. So the idea with the affirmations is about, again, bringing it in the body. Some of the images I'm using today, most of the images is my artwork. So I call them cosmic collages, and I'm using them as my own visual reference and to help me remember what I'm supposed to share with you. Bringing the information in the body. Here we go. Great, I'm already ahead of myself. So the astrology of today, the astrology of now, is that we're the day before Gemini moon. Today is Sunday. Welcome to all of you who are here right now, and you may be tuning in later. It's the day before the Gemini new moon. And so my intention is that this is fun and informative. We've got Venus in Taurus today. So again, grounding, practicalities, realities. And with Mars approaching or getting close with our nodal axis, about really being passionate about our connections with others. Okay, so here's some examples about if I'm looking at an astrology birth chart. I'm just going to start with a couple of examples here with our personal planets. Mercury, I am your mind. I need to think and I need to understand. I observe, study, and gather information. I'm alert and quick. I am your friend for logistics and planning. So imagine now if we look at somebody's Mercury in their birth chart and see where it falls in the zodiac and see where it may fall within the houses, that's going to add another layer and another tone and another flavor to their thought form thinking process. But if I'm speaking to someone and I'm using the I am statement, it can embody the information in potentially a whole new way. And here are our characters for Venus and Mars. What is the voice of Venus? Venus in our birth chart, as we may know, Venus is, I am what you love. I am who you love. I am how you love. I am what you value, my priorities and my true desires. I am your friend for attracting fulfilling relationships. Okay. So again, let's put in just another slight framework on how we look at the personal planets in our chart. What would be the voice of Mars? I am energy for motivation. I am life itself. I reflect how you assert yourself. I show you what you desire. I am your friend who fights for you. Now, when we start looking ahead for our current transits this summer and noticing that Mars and the Sun are going to be traveling together in the same zodiac sign for a couple of months, we could start looking at our transit cycles and transit patterns in an affirming way. If Mars is passion and motivation and energy for action, and the Sun is fuel, there's fuel for there's fuel to get things done. And I could look at the transits of any given day and create a template for myself for how I want to operate. It's like Mars is nearing the Sun. I have motivation and energy for action. Okay. Great. So before we go further and I'll say rock around the zodiac, I'd like to take a few moments to maybe just drop in together for a more intentional space or prayerful space. If I were beginning a reading, I would be calling on our ancestors, our teachers, and our guides. So I'm inviting in my guides and your guides to join us and be present with us now. I'm acknowledging the elements around me. It just started raining outside. So acknowledging and honoring the element of fire, the sun, the stars around us, the fire in our hearts, acknowledging the water element, how we feel connected with each other. The air that we breathe, breath is a breath that keeps us connected, the breath of life. Our breath, we bring energy into our bodies through the breath. We draw in life through the breath. And inviting and honoring, acknowledging the element of earth. I have my feet on the ground, my head in the sky. Acknowledging the element of earth for practicalities, to keep us solid, aware, grounded. Thank you. So, one of my biases as an evolutionary astrologer is I'll begin the session by looking at how many of the elements are present in the birth chart. So for example, I see someone in the chart who has a lot of fire signs. Like, I am the one who's an instigator. I am the one who initiates action. I am the one who knows how to get things done. And when I also look at, then I want to support my clients by reminding them and saying, like, this is a part of you. This is one part of you. And there's this, look at the air elements in your chart. And the air, this is how I talk. This is how I integrate information. So if you, and we'll be going through the zodiac. So it's like honoring, acknowledging the thought form process. Okay. So looking at the birth chart and acknowledging the elements in the chart first, and then really calling forth and honoring, acknowledging the elemental frequencies that are active and alive, present with the person in front of you. So before we continue, I'll just take a time out for a moment. And Carol, if anyone has any questions or comments and they want to put it in the chat window, I'll take the questions at the end. I'll leave time at the end for people's comments or questions.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Very good. Thanks. Okay. It's one of my favorite classes to take people on a journey through the zodiac. So I'm doing that here, but we're adding in the element of affirmations. So if we consider our northern hemisphere bias. if the Aries is the sign of spring and that first shoot, so Aries, like, I am the catalyst, I am the athlete, I am the artist, I am the one who can trust my instincts, I am the one who knows how to go for it. I initiate new things. Okay, so I'm really like bringing that into my body. I made this set of cards. I called them the Astro Activator cards in 2001. And it was shortly after I witnessed a partial solar eclipse in Hawaii and in December of 2000. So it was kind of like a seeding point. It was an initiation point for me to get very creative. And I kind of was downloading astrology beyond book learning. So these little cards were helping me integrate some of the lessons based on my astrology. So if I take now, and then our next series of slides, as we go through the 12 zodiac signs, I'm going to start with one of the images. I'm going to look at the astrology affirmations for Mercury, Venus, and Mars in that order. And you'll find more detailed descriptions about the personal planets and how to engage in conversation with these archetypes that's active and alive in us in the next OPA book. So this is one of the chapters you can keep your eye on when you're looking for the personal planets. So for the Aries and Mercury in the zodiac sign of Aries, I am the one who initiates conversation. I am direct. I am assertive. I am focused. I am determined. Right? Like, some people know this about themselves. I'm like, oh, no wonder I piss some people off. You know, they know it. They're aware of it. But if I can just like, can I appreciate, can I love, can I embrace this part of me? I am direct. Venus and Aries. I am creative. I take risks. I defend what I'm worth. I am passionate in relationship. Venus and Aries could be like, I am the one I value a partner who respects my freedom and honors my individuality. Yeah, people who have strong Aries signatures in their birth chart, when it comes down to the realm of personal relating, what a gift to, again, honor and really respect the understanding, you know, my need for individuality. Of course, I want to have relationships, but I want to attract a partner person to me who gives me the spaciousness, who allows a space for me to be in my creative zone, right? It's one of the tricks that happens in relationship is if we blend too much with the other person, or if boundaries are getting crossed, then people with strong Aries can say, I need my time, I need my space. So for example, then, the person who comes in this world, this lifetime with Mars in Aries, we might say, I move when I'm inspired. I am impulsive. I'll defend myself. I defend my tribe. I'm courageous. I am passionate. I initiate. I am motivated. I am your friend who fights for you. So let's see. Before I go further, I'm aware and I confess that one of my first astrology books that I read was the Shamanic Astrology Handbook by Daniel Jamario and Caitlin Castell. They have an organization called the Shamanic Astrology. But and I've only met Daniel a couple of times, but his book and his philosophy of, number one, really connecting to the night sky, having a strong visual connection to the night sky, as well as the connecting to the energy archetypes of the signs, really touched me. So, over the years, I've still continued to this day to really, number one, kind of maintain that visual connection to the night sky, but also like playing with these astrological archetypes. So I wanted to acknowledge just that frame of reference, as well as my partner, who I was with for almost 14 years on the Big Island of Hawaii. We were practicing and teaching astrology together for quite some time. And later on, about 5 years ago, I did a series of Maurice's 1-week classes. So I had that additional education from his view of the evolutionary astrology. So it's important to honor where we come from. So now we're up to Taurus, our buddy Taurus, the sign of the bull. I am the lover, I am the builder, I am the artisan. I am the one who's sensual, practical, patient. I am steady. So the shift for me is, going from the space of saying like, oh, you need to be patient, or you need to move at your own pace. You're the kind of person who may really appreciate the pleasures and sensualities of life. And in my consulting these days, I shift back and forth to using this astrology affirmations to help, intentionally with the client so they can embody the keywords, the word phrases for themselves. Okay. Because, if I say to you, I've said, oh, you could be stubborn or you could be resistant, that could be really hard for someone to hear. But if someone says it for themselves, then they can laugh, yeah, sometimes I am pretty stubborn. Of course, I can be resistant to change. So again, embodying this information. So here we go with Taurus. The one who's come in this world, this lifetime with Mercury in Taurus, we might say, I need peace to think straight. I prefer to take my time. I prefer stability. I can be a rock for others. For those coming in this world, this lifetime with Venus and Taurus, I manage resources carefully. I appreciate the finer things in life. In relationships, I need someone I can rely on. The one who has come in with Venus and Taurus is, they could be a steady rock for others, but when, they're looking for a relationship, they want to see someone who's really solid. And for Mars and Taurus, I'll defend my resources. I manage myself well. I will fight for what I value. I'm invested in something built to last. I am determined. Okay. So all that yummy, juicy Taurus stuff, appreciating the juiciness of life. What I found really interesting going through the journey of the zodiac is how one sign seems to, I want to say, help itself recover from the last one. So if Taurus is so steady and solid and grounded and real, and then our next zodiac sign is Gemini. Gemini, as we know, is the one who is here and there. Gemini is the zodiac sign of the lovers and the twins. And the gift of Gemini is about the capacity for networking. So as an air sign, Gemini helps get out of the Taurus rut, so to speak, and help us move quickly to embody new ideas and new information. So Gemini is the one who's talkative and playful and intelligent. And through Gemini is how we gather information and how we share our information. Okay. Through our astrology affirmations, I'm a fast talker. Gemini and Mercury and Gemini. Sometimes I repeat myself. I have a Gemini rising. Sometimes I repeat myself. I am innately curious. I am alert and witty. For Venus in Gemini, variety is important to me. I value different perspectives. In relationship, I can be in love with 2 or more people at the same time. Mars and Gemini, I love to talk to you. I am passionate about learning. I learn quickly. I can multitask. I explore my environment with childlike wonder. Let's take a little detour since we're in Gemini land. About 4 years ago, this was when I was personally in my Uranus opposition, so things were changing really fast. Once upon a time I lived in Hawaii, now I live in New York. There were several changes in relationship. There was a big shift in my family dynamic where my brother's wife had a health issue. There was 2 other people in my family who had health issues. And I was gifted an opportunity to have a writing job at the time. And I was like, okay, I picked up my life as I had known it from being half a Saturn cycle, 14 years on the Big Island. And I got offered a writing job. And I needed to learn how to write horoscopes. So at first, as some of us professional astrologers may be very aware about the bias of horoscope writing, because for so many years I felt like, oh, my job as an astrologer is that I am the one who is here to empower people and talk about their souls. But when this opportunity came my way, I was like, well, I want to figure this out and learn it and do it well, because if the potential is that my words may touch millions of people because it happened to go into a venue that it could, I wanted to be really, really responsible with my words and with my languaging. So in some ways, the process of learning horoscope writing and just diving into it and having to do it made me look at the keywords and astrology archetypes in a whole new way, as well as look at the math, the aspect patterns, to really include supportive, helpful, true information in the horoscopes. So I'm mentioning that because we're here in Gemini. I wanted to give you a little extra story about the importance of words and word choices. There's Adam and Eve in the garden in the time of Gemini. Okay. Then we move to Cancer. Cancer is the sign of the crab. It's the nurturer, the provider. The zodiac sign of Cancer, people who have Cancer in their birth charts are sensitive, nurturing, intuitive. Look at what just happened to my voice when we started talking about the zodiac sign of Cancer. Remember, as we shift through the zodiac now, we moved from fire, earth, air, and now water. Water in nature always flows to the lowest place, all right? So if I watch what happens in nature, I watch what happens in my external world, it can also give me clues about what's happening in the internal world. So our zodiac sign of Cancer is the one who, after all that Gemini enthusiasm here and there, it can help us come home to ourselves and help us trust our instinct and our intuition when we come home to ourselves. So if you meet someone who has many personal planets in Cancer, here are some affirmations for them. How can I help you? It's the story that they're telling themselves all the time. People with strong Cancer vibration says, how can I help? I am supportive and nurturing. I want to know what you are thinking and feeling. Let's talk about feelings. Venus in Cancer. I love my family. My friends become family to me. I am nurtured being with the ones that I love. This one's really important. I value safety, right? You know, that Venus point can give us so many strong clues about, what is my core value? I'll take a detour later. Like, what do I really value? Okay. And then really owning it. Mars and Cancer. I totally want to take care of you. I am sensitive and emotional. I nurture you. I protect you. I provide security. I will defend family traditions. So looking at, our Mars point is going to give me that clue about what I'm going to fight for. Let's see. This is a cosmic collage I did called Nesting, just really about like, coming home to myself. I had a new client come to my home healing temple here in Rhinebeck, New York. I live very close to the Omega Institute, which is a very large holistic healing center here in upstate New York. I have the opportunity to work there a couple of days a week, doing both astrology and energy healing, bodywork, and massage. And someone came to my home office and they saw my artwork and they're like, I want to take it home. So I've been grateful to be able to distribute some of the artwork these days. And here we come to Leo, shining like a star. Leo is the sign of the lion. It's about charisma, confidence, leadership, standing out and shining your light, radiating charisma from your heart. Right? So we know what Leo's about. How do we make it real for someone through these affirmations? For Mercury in Leo, I am a dynamic speaker. I am confident in conversation. I communicate from my heart. I'm a rock star with my self-expression. Okay. So what are perhaps some of the wounds that come up with, looking at both sides of the story? If someone's like so, radiant and expressive and out there, again, sometimes that can be overwhelming to some people. So when we're looking at someone's chart and we're empowering our clients, gifting them the opportunity to say, like, this is how you can really see yourself, embody yourself in a whole new way. I am a rock star with my communications. Give it to them. Leo, Venus in Leo. I am naturally dynamic and radiant. I value being recognized and admired. I am creative and playful. I expect the best for myself and for my loved ones. I'm a rock star. Mars in Leo. I assert myself with passion. I excite and I energize myself. I am warm and generous. I am proud, loyal, and affectionate. I'm full of energy. Okay. So we move from the Leo vibration, which we know is very enthusiastic. Leo's a fire sign. And then we move along in our journey through the zodiac, coming to Virgo, which is about alignment and specificity. Virgo's archetypes is the one who is of the priestess. She is the analyst or the oracle. Virgo is very precise and timely. Thank you, Carol, for all your timeliness when you do these programs. I had everything all set up just before we got going.
You are so welcome. It's all good. We're really enjoying this.
So we know that Virgo is about discernment, like what's important, what's not important. There's a time and a place for everything, and everything has its place. We need to stay organized and maintain our schedule. So moving right along, Virgo, with Mercury and Virgo, here are our personal planets. I am a clear and detailed thinker. I think my thoughts through. I communicate with specific attention to detail. Virgo energy with Venus and Virgo. I value details. I value perfection. I take care of my body. I'm attracted to people who are organized, clean, and efficient. Mars and Virgo. I am passionate about being of service to others. I am organized. I do what it takes to get the job done. I am comfortable with my routine. Oh my gosh, don't mess up the routines for the Virgo people, okay? So here we go again, like in the dynamics of personal relating and relationships is, we want to really, I really want to honor this part of myself. If I have Virgo planets, I don't have many. I got lots of things in my 6th house. I was once called Closet Virgo, but it's like, okay, really honoring and respecting routine and rhythm and time and order and the patchwork of time, so to speak. All right, being in the rhythm. So, and those of us who have strong Virgo in the birth charts, there's also that desire for health and wellness. There's that piece of perfection. So perfection comes up on all levels. It's like, well, how do I look and how am I taking care of my body and what's going on with my health? Virgo's the earth sign. And now our big shift from going into Libra. So our first 6 zodiac signs are the ones that's more personal. It's about me and me. And now Libra through Pisces is looking at my relating with others. Libra is the scales. It's the artist and the lover and the peacemaker and the diplomat. So for Libra, it has to be fair. It needs to be equal. The Libras bring beauty, Libra people. And we really desire the creating equal conscious partnerships. What will we do to keep the peace? That's a question for Libra energy. So for the personal planets, Mercury in Libra says, I'm interested in you. I'm objective. I am logical with my thoughts. Relationships are a focus for my conversations. Venus in Libra, my partner, is the most important person in my life. I love relationships. I value harmony, cooperation, and order. For Mars in Libra, I focus on the relationships in life. I'm strongly attracted to romance. I desire diplomacy. I will fight for diplomacy. I'm committed to fighting for justice and to being fair. So, my sun is Libra, my SUN is Libra, and I've got several other planets in Libra too. And, we have this kind of illusion of like, Libra's so nice, but Libra like so wants things to be fair, and so that is the flip side of Aries. So we have to watch that, the dynamic that's always present and alive. I feel that when we're talking about one of the zodiac signs, it almost works like a yin and a yang, that there's like a little piece of the zodiac sign that's 6 months away that's active and alive in the one that we're speaking of. Here we go with Scorpio. So once we become fair and make things nice and we get Scorpio vibration, we're going to dive into the depths of it and we're going to really dig it up. We know that Scorpio is the sign of the scorpion. The archetype of the energy is about the shaman or the researcher, the financial manager, the one who's going beneath the surface. It's the Tantra teacher, okay? They want to experience the juice, the mystery of life. It's the one who's teaching Tai Chi or Qigong because they can feel the energy, all right? So whenever I see people who have lots of Scorpio in their charts, I said, drama is not your friend. You need to move your body, okay? Because the complement of Scorpio is Taurus stuff. Physical body, tangible, real, practical. Scorpio is the magic world. I did say that. It's the world that's not tangible, the world we cannot touch. So it's exploring that realm and exploring emotions. Scorpio is a water sign, so we want to dig into it. I don't want to skip past things. So for Mercury and Scorpio, I have a penetrating mind. I am an acute observer. I am emotionally intense with my words and discussions. Own it, okay? Venus and Scorpio, I love to be loved. I dive deeply in my intimate relationships. I am mysterious. I see beneath the surface. I am turned on by intimacy, all right? Mars in Scorpio. I have stamina. I am motivated by life's deeper meaning. I discover secrets. Think of like the people who are really into like CSI and mystery stuff, you know, like the Scorpio people, they're like, we want to look under, we want to know what's going on. They're the psychologists too. They want to get to that. I desire to connect emotionally with others. I am brutally honest with my feelings. My actions speak louder than words. All right, the deep dive. Once we have gone deep, then Sagittarius, the Archer, says, I want to look to the future. We got to get out of this hole. I want to be optimistic. Okay. Like, what do I have to look forward to after we've like sunk into the depths here? So here's Sagittarius, the sign of the Archer. It's the teacher, the philosopher. It's the adventurer. Someone's got a lot of strong Sagittarian in their birth chart. They want to hit the trail. They are taking off. And naturally, the truth seeker. Okay. So it's like the philosophy, the higher mind. How does this come across in our affirmations? With Mercury and Sagittarius is I am the visionary. I'm an optimistic thinker. I am a natural teacher. I am focused and direct with my words. Now, I'm focused and direct with my words. I'll take a detour right here because Gemini is the complement of Sagittarius. Look at the glyph. It's the arrow. So in my conversations with my clients and the conversation style, I may be drawing with them. I have my pen and paper. I'm playing it old school. I'm drawing it out. It's like, look at the arrow. This is part of your matrix. Like you have the focus. Hold the goal. Venus in Sagittarius. I love travel. I'm a natural optimist. I am an idealist about my love life. I love learning and teaching. I am enthusiastic. For Mars and Sag, I am passionate about sharing my beliefs with others. I am confident. I am adventurous. I love the outdoors. I will fight to preserve wild places. Okay. I'm just going to take a moment now to just acknowledge like what a luxury we have to be like spending a whole hour talking about astrology, given everything that's going on in the world these days. And I was really kind of contemplating about, you know, the archetypes that we're using right now, which is the personal planets, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. And it was just even the last couple of days I was preparing energetically for this presentation. It's like, how can we use our voice to really express our values, Venus stuff, and passionately fight for what we believe in? Okay? There's so much seemingly head in the sand kind of things going on right now. And I'm actually not a big fan of overwhelming myself with news and media, and I just touch it just enough so I can be aware of what's going on in the world. But as I was planning and preparing actually for this talk, and given a lot of things that are going on in the world right now, you know, I just really want to invite us to consider the archetypes that we're calling on today. How do I use my voice to align with my value system to fight for what I believe in? It's my soapbox for today. And here we go for Capricorn. Management, organization. It is the vibration of the archetype of the manager, the authority figure. When I see Capricorn so strongly in somebody's birth chart, the mantra is, the affirmation is, I'm responsible. Oh, what did I say here? Be practical and down to earth. Make hay while the sun shines. I am the one who takes care of business. Okay. So for our Mercury here in Capricorn, I think things through. I consider a long-term plan. I am responsible and mature. My words and actions are reliable. I do what I say, and I say what I do. Wow, what a relief. Okay. Capricorn energy, Venus in Capricorn. I am serious. I have high expectations. I'm conventional. I'm steady. I'm responsible. I'm empowered. You can rely on me. For our Mars in Capricorn, I am passionate about my commitments. I am a natural leader. I am considerate. I am persistent and reliable. I desire respect. Wow, look what I just did there. Whoa. Okay. So contemplating and considering again that as we're, moving through the zodiac, that each of us have these energy archetypes active and alive in us in some different degree in one way or another. And I put this one here as a reminder for myself about, our alignment. Capricorn is about being in right alignment, doing the right thing at the right time, with the right person, in the right circumstance the first time, because we want to be efficient here. So affirming and supporting our clients about being responsible when we see strong Capricorn in their birth chart, and naturally when we see the transit cycles. So hey, now that we're in Capricorn land, I'll just take a moment here and remind, okay, we have Saturn in Capricorn right now. There's Pluto in Capricorn right now. What's the number one thing what's the number one thing that says to me as a modern astrologer? What does that say to me? How can I support others? Is like, we have to up our game here. We need to be in right alignment. There's no room for cutting corners. There's no room. The business about responsibility and integrity is highlighted. And also, again, because I am a body worker and a massage therapist, and that's been a really core I went to massage school in my mid-20s, so I've been doing this for 20 years already. So supporting our clients by telling them to go to the chiropractor, to go to get the massage, like how I physically maintain my physical alignment is going to help me with my emotional alignment, with being in my right mind. So when the physical body is in right alignment, it also supports the spiritual alignment, the mental alignment, the emotional alignment, the emotional story. So those could be some supportive suggestions when we see some of our clients going through transits that have the Capricorn tone to them. Here we go, Aquarius. So of course that we were just so super serious and responsible living in Capricorn land. And now we take our next step into Aquarius, which is about, let's see the bigger picture. Aquarius is an air sign. Let's lighten up. It's the visionary. Aquarius is the inventor, the archetype of the humanitarian. It's the one who's an independent thinker, who can see the widest possible perspective. I'm the one who gets out of the box. I'm the one who can touch the stars. And you see that Aquarian energy so active and alive in somebody's chart. It's about reaching for the stars. So here are some of our words to reflect to our clients and family and loved ones. I'm a visionary thinker. I'm eccentric with wild ideas. I have the ability to see circumstances from a broad perspective. Okay? For our Venus and Aquarius, this is what I value. I love my freedom. I value independence. I'm attracted to unconventional relationships. I am idealistic. Mars in Aquarius, I act spontaneously, I'm easily excited, I inspire myself being of service to the community at large. I am motivated to elevate the human condition. Backtracking here a little bit, here we go, Venus and Mars. Some of us may look at Venus and Mars in the birth chart as signatures for relationships. So Venus is like, yeah, Venus is what I value, but it's like who and what I love. And Mars is how I may assert myself in the world, but it gives me clues about who I'm attracted to, right? So if a person's come in this world, this lifetime with strong Aquarius, Venus and Mars, Venus or Mars in Aquarius, okay? Energetically or emotionally, they see things from a broader perspective, right? It's a bigger picture for them. So the loving may not be as personal, or they value being of service to the many, to the all. So giving the space for helping our clients understand that if they come in this world this lifetime with that Aquarius or maybe lots of Gemini or Venus, Aries energy, we need to create space in the interpersonal relating. Okay. Now, thinking ahead, Aquarius, the time traveler. So once we've gone real far out there with the thought forms, with the ideas, we move forward into the Pisces vibration. And Pisces, as we know, is the last sign of our zodiac. And it's a water sign, so it helps us come back home to ourselves. With Pisces as the sign of the fish, it's the archetype is the one who is the empath. And I see Pisces in the archetype of Pisces in the birth chart. It says, I am the seer, I am the dreamer, I am the poet, I am the muse. I am compassionate. So, I am dreamy, I am poetic. I've learned to communicate without talking. Venus and Pisces. I am naturally sweet and gentle. I am devoted to my spiritual path. Venus and Pisces. I am devoted to my spiritual path. I value connecting with others emotionally. For Mars and Pisces, I am passionate about my spirituality. I will fight for the underdog. It's seeming like the journey through the zodiac, naturally we go from Aries to Pisces, and it's always hard actually for me to end with Pisces, because then we're connected to the all and the everything and the oneness. So I know we have a few moments left. Let me see what else I want to share, and then I'm going to open it up and ask Carol if anyone has something to share. I do want to invite people to reach out to me if you would like. I'm on Facebook, and I also have a free ebook. So if you want to send me an email, my email is consultwithkathryn@gmail.com. It should be on the email that you received when you got your reminder for today's talk. But if you send me an email, I'll reply with a free ebook for you as a gift to you. And Carol, if there's something else that you would like me to
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. So many insightful tips of ways to consult with our clients. And also, just as Kathryn mentioned, that email will be also on your recording link email. So you'll also have all of Kathryn's details too about how to reach out to her. And I just wanted to make a comment too about your beautiful artwork.
Oh, thank you.
It's absolutely stunning and just fascinating. We do have a couple of, let's see, Ariana says, with Gemini, I understand there is an aspect to a higher mind and sensitive to change, hence mercurial. They can be very sensitive to their environment and subtle changes in temperament and emotion. Your thoughts?
Oh, yes. Up to the environment, of course. Just a moment. Can you tell me what do you have in Gemini? Oh, she's replying.
Yes, she's commenting. Ariana, can you type that in? Let's see if I can pull that up.
I'll just start and then she can jump in, or you could jump in, Carol.
Oh, sun in Gemini.
My sun is in Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
So I come in this world, this lifetime. I am the one who is attuned to my environment. I am the one who is sensitive to my environment. I am the one who seeks variety in my environments. I am the one who moves quickly to different situations and circumstances so that I can come home to myself. Those are a few things I might say.
Beautiful. And then from Courtney writes, great presentation, thank you. You mentioned that a Venus star point pointed to our core values. Is that all the star points? Do all the star points represent core values?
Well, my understanding around Venus, so my Venus placement in my birth chart shows me what I value, right? So if I have Venus in any of those fire signs, means I'm going to value independence. I'm going to value action. I value doing, all right? If my Venus is in an earth sign, I will innately value steadiness and security and what's reliable, what's practical. I just tap the desk. what's practical, what I can touch. If my Venus is in an air sign, I'm going to value talking things out, right? So think about people who maybe have Venus in an air sign, because I want to talk about what's going on and I want to hear what you have to say and I want to know what's going on. But someone who's got Venus in a water sign, they might not be so. They might just want to connect with you on a emotional realm. See, I got all caught up. Like I couldn't even say it. I just want to feel you. We don't need to talk about it's too much processing, too much talking. So when I understand my Venus point, that'll give me my clue about what I innately value.
Thank you.
Does that make sense? I hope that answers your question.
I believe it does. I don't see. Yes, thank you. It makes sense. Thank you, says Courtney. Very good. And Ariana is thanking you also for adding all of the details on her last question. And everyone is sending thank yous and they enjoyed the presentation. And anyone else have any questions? Give it another second. Questions, anyone? I think we've got them all.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and for...
There's a couple comments. They're saying the artwork was great, that they appreciate the reminder to use our words and to make astrology clear and accessible to our clients.
Right.
And many thank yous from Mary Lewis. Thank you, Mary. Nice to see you or hear you.
We met somewhere over the timelines. Nice to hear
you. Yes. Mike T, also thank you. He also enjoyed the presentation. So thank you, everyone, so much. Kathryn, thank you. And again, you'll be getting the recording later today. So please make sure when you see that OPA email come in that says OPA recording link, please make sure that you save that into your file and you'll be able to review this presentation as often as you would like. I plan on having that out to you today. And then one other quick thing, on June 9th, we are going to be having the OPA Live. And so we'll be having 4 wonderful astrologers that will be coming on, and they are going to be talking about how to handle patterns of critical tension, which is incredibly important in this day and age, isn't it? And the times that we're dealing with right now. So again, June 9th, make sure you look for the link on that. And then also in Sedona, Kay Taylor and Alexander Karaskostas is going to be doing their integrative consulting skills class, and that will be in July 25th through 29th. So if you've not signed up for that and you're interested in that, please do so. You can visit our website. And also reminder, the peer group process for Baltimore, if you're going to the NCGR conference, that will be in August. So be sure to check out our OPA website for all those details, as well as the next OPA retreat in Zion, Utah, that has been just recently posted. So be sure to look for that. Kathryn, thank you so much. It was a beautiful presentation.
All the best.
All the best, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.